Ever wondered what medieval folks did with their pee? Would you believe they valued it like liquid gold? Could something we flush away daily have been a prized resource in the past? Number 7. Teeth whitening and oral hygiene. Did you know that Romans and medieval Europeans used urine as mouthwash? Ancient physicians recommended gargling with urine to whiten teeth and heal mouth sores. This practice continued well into the medieval period when urine, especially that of a young boy, was believed to have superior cleansing properties. The ammonia in urine acted as a natural cleaning agent, breaking down plaque and killing bacteria. People would collect their morning urine or purchase it from others for this purpose. Medieval dental hygiene manuals actually suggested swishing urine around in the mouth before spitting it out to achieve a brighter smile. The acid in urine helped remove stains from teeth, making them appear whiter. A Portuguese barber in the 16th century wrote that washing the face in the morning with boy's urine preserves its beauty, and washing the eyes strengthens sight. While this sounds completely disgusting to our modern sensibilities, it's worth considering that urine is sterile when it first leaves the body, and the ammonia content does have genuine antibacterial properties. Medieval people lacked our modern understanding of germs, but through observation and experience, they discovered that urine could help with oral health issues. Physicians often prescribed urine mouth rinses for patients suffering from gum disease or tooth decay. Many claim the practice prevented toothaches and kept the gums firm. Some historical texts suggest that wealthy nobles would pay for the urine of young, healthy children, believing it to be purer and more effective for dental care. Next time you use your minty fresh mouthwash, perhaps take a moment to appreciate how far dental hygiene has come since the days when people were swishing urine around their mouths to achieve that perfect smile. Number 6. Leather tanning and softening. The process of turning animal hides into durable, soft leather was crucial in medieval society, and urine played a starring role. Tanners collected human and animal urine in large vats where it would be left to decompose. During decomposition, the urea in urine breaks down into ammonia, creating a powerful alkaline solution perfect for preparing hides. Leather workers would soak the stiff animal skins in these urine baths for days or even weeks. The ammonia helped loosen hair and flesh from the hides while simultaneously softening the tough fibers. This process, called baiting, was essential for producing supple leather that could be crafted into clothing, shoes, and other goods. The tanning profession was so dependent on urine that many medieval towns had designated urine collection points. Some taverns even installed special containers for patrons to donate their liquid waste, which would later be sold to tanners. In certain areas, families could earn extra income by saving their urine in pots and selling it to local tanneries. The smell was so notoriously foul that tanneries were typically located downwind or outside city walls. Tanners themselves were often social outcasts due to the stench that clung to them. Despite their important role in producing essential goods, they frequently lived in separate quarters of town. The Roman Emperor Vespasian even placed a tax on urine collected from public toilets, prompting the famous phrase pecunia non olet, money doesn't stink. The relationship between brewing and tanning was particularly close in medieval communities, as the ammonia-rich urine from beer drinkers was considered especially effective for leather preparation. Some historical records suggest that certain leather products were specifically advertised as being processed with brewer's urine, considered a premium treatment that produced superior results. Number 5. Gunpowder production. Would you risk your life handling explosives made with pee? Medieval and Renaissance military engineers did exactly that. Urine was an essential ingredient in creating saltpeter, potassium nitrate, the key oxidizing component in gunpowder. Without saltpeter, the revolutionary weapon that changed warfare forever wouldn't have existed. To harvest this crucial substance, specialists would collect urine and pour it onto beds of straw mixed with manure and lime. These nitrogen-rich niter beds would be left to age, sometimes for years. The decomposing mixture produced nitrates, which were then extracted by running water through the beds and collecting the resulting solution. This liquid was boiled down, and the crystals that formed were harvested as saltpeter. So important was this process to national security that some European countries enacted pea laws during times of war. In 1627, the British Crown issued royal warrants allowing saltpeter men to dig up the floors of stables, barns, dovecotes, and even private homes looking for nitrate-rich earth. These men could legally enter any property and take any material containing nitrates, causing widespread public resentment. During the American Revolutionary War, the Continental Congress called upon patriots to create their own saltpeter to reduce dependence on foreign gunpowder. Patriots were encouraged to build nitre beds using soil from beneath outhouses, barns, and other places rich in urine and manure. Benjamin Franklin himself published detailed instructions for citizens to produce saltpeter for the revolutionary cause. The connection between urine and military power became so important that some countries considered their saltpeter supplies a matter of national security. The British Empire later secured access to natural saltpeter deposits in India, giving them a military advantage and reducing their dependence on the smelly, labor-intensive process of creating it from urine. But for centuries, armies across Europe relied on the chemical compounds in human waste to fuel their conquests and defend their territories. Number 4. Textile dyeing and processing. The vibrant colors of medieval tapestries and clothing often came from an unexpected source, the chamber pot. Urine played several crucial roles in the textile industry, from processing fibers to setting dyes. The ammonia in aged urine made it perfect for breaking down the natural oils in wool, a process called scouring that prepared the fibers for dyeing. Weavers and cloth merchants would collect vast quantities of urine, often paying children for their contributions. In Scottish wool production, freshly woven tweed was soaked in a mixture called wash, a warm concoction of water and stale urine, then stomped on by workers to fully saturate the fabric. This practice, known as walking, continued in some remote parts of Scotland until the early 20th century. For dyeing, urine served as both mordant and chemical reactor. A mordant helps dyes bind permanently to fabrics, and the ammonia in urine was particularly effective with certain natural dyes. When working with indigo, one of the most prized blue dyes, urine was essential. The dye needed to ferment in an alkaline, oxygen-free environment to become soluble, which stale urine provided perfectly. Viking sailors and warriors were known for their bright blue and purple clothing dyed using this urine fermentation method. Some historians believe the distinctive smell of their urine-processed garments may have added to their fearsome reputation when they arrived on foreign shores. In medieval England, fullers who processed wool would collect urine in large vats where the textile workers actually stood in the liquid and stomped the cloth, perhaps one of history's least appealing jobs. The woad-based blue dyes popular in medieval Europe all required urine in their preparation, leading to specialized collection systems in textile centers. In some towns, residents could sell their urine to dyers by the bucketful, creating a genuine market for what we now consider waste. The best results came from stale urine that had been allowed to develop a higher ammonia content, so dyers would keep large vessels of aging urine ready for use. Wealthy textile merchants often employed young boys specifically to urinate into these collection vats, paying them a small wage for their contributions. Number 3. Medicine and first aid. Would you put urine on an open wound? Medieval doctors would. Urine featured prominently in medieval medicine, prescribed for everything from wound cleaning to treating epilepsy. Medical practitioners believed that examining urine's color, smell, and even taste could diagnose nearly any illness, a practice called uroscopy. Physicians carried special glass vessels called macula specifically designed for urine inspection. These flask-shaped containers allowed detailed examination of urine against light, and medical students were trained to identify numerous conditions based on urine characteristics. Medical textbooks contained detailed color charts for urine, with each shade indicating different ailments. Some doctors gained fame specifically for their skill in urine diagnosis, charging premium rates for their expertise. Beyond diagnosis, urine was a common treatment. When fresh, urine is sterile and contains antibacterial compounds that can help clean wounds. Medieval battlefield medics applied urine to injuries to prevent infection. The famous 11th century medical text, The Canon of Medicine by Avicenna, recommended urine for treating earaches, while other medical authorities suggested it for snake bites and skin conditions. One medieval remedy for hearing loss involved boiling a young man's urine with honey until reduced, then applying the mixture to the ear canal. For treating burns, physicians recommended immediate application of fresh urine. Some medical practitioners even prescribed drinking one's own urine for conditions like jaundice and fever, believing it could purify the blood when reabsorbed. During the Black Death, desperate physicians tried numerous urine-based treatments, including urine baths and applying urine-soaked cloths to buboes. Queen Elizabeth I allegedly used urine as a skin treatment, and many noble women followed her example, applying it to their faces to reduce wrinkles and maintain a youthful complexion. The ammonia in urine does have mild exfoliating properties, which might have provided some modest benefit to the skin. Rural communities relied heavily on urine remedies when professional medical care was unavailable. Folk medicine traditions across Europe incorporated urine treatments, with some remedies passed down through generations. In some regions, midwives collected the first urine of newborns, believing it had special healing properties for eye infections and rashes. Number 2. Cleaning and laundering. Think your laundry detergent is powerful. Medieval Europeans used something far more natural and free. Urine was the preferred cleaning agent for laundry throughout much of the medieval period. Roman launderers called fullones collected urine in public vessels placed throughout the city, then used the liquid to wash and brighten fabrics. This practice continued well into medieval times, when households would save their urine in special pots for laundry day. The science behind this unusual detergent actually makes sense. As urine decomposes, it produces ammonia, which cuts through grease and grime while helping to lift stains from fabric. The same chemical is still found in many modern cleaning products, just without the distinctive source. Professional washerwomen would collect urine from households, letting it age to increase the ammonia content before using it for laundering. Clothes would be soaked in diluted urine, then beaten or stomped to work the liquid through the fibers. For particularly stubborn stains, concentrated, aged urine was applied directly. While the smell during washing was undoubtedly strong, the ammonia would eventually evaporate, leaving fabrics surprisingly fresh and bright. In areas where soap was expensive or difficult to obtain, urine remained the primary cleaning agent well into the Renaissance period. Even when soap became more common, urine was often used as a pre-treatment for heavily soiled work clothes. The ammonia not only cleaned but also helped preserve woolen garments by deterring moths and other fabric-destroying insects. Urine's cleaning applications extended beyond laundry. Mixed with clay, it created an effective scouring powder for floors and cookware. Aged urine was used to clean glass and polished metal surfaces, leaving them surprisingly streak-free. Castle and monastery stewards often directed servants to collect urine specifically for cleaning the stone floors, where the ammonia helped dissolve accumulated grime while discouraging insect infestations. Some historical records suggest that certain royal households maintained specialized urine collection systems, specifically for laundering the monarch's fine linens and garments. The most effective urine for cleaning was said to come from beer drinkers, as the chemical composition supposedly created a more powerful cleaning agent. This led to arrangements between taverns and professional launderers, creating an early example of industrial symbiosis. Number 1. Alchemical experiments and scientific research. Did alchemists really think they could turn lead into gold using pee? Yes, they genuinely did. Medieval alchemists considered urine one of their most valuable raw materials, believing it contained the mysterious spirit that could help transmute base metals into precious ones. The Philosopher's Stone, that legendary substance capable of turning lead into gold and granting immortality, was often sought through experiments involving distilled urine. The famous 16th century alchemist Hennig Brand actually discovered phosphorus while attempting to create the philosopher's stone from urine. After collecting about 1,500 gallons of urine and allowing it to ferment for months, Brand boiled it down, processed the residue with various chemicals, and eventually produced a glowing, white substance, elemental phosphorus, previously unknown to science. This 1669 discovery represented one of the first chemical elements isolated by experimental methods. Alchemists carefully recorded the distillation of urine, noting how it separated into different spirits and oils at various temperatures. They gave these mysterious substances names like spirit of urine and believed they contained vital life forces. What they were actually observing were various chemical compounds naturally present in urine, including ammonia, phosphates, and urea. While their interpretations were wrapped in mystical language, these early experimenters were conducting genuine chemical research that helped lay the foundations for modern chemistry. The Arab alchemist Jabir ibn Hayyan, known in Latin as Geber, described detailed processes for purifying salts from urine as early as the 8th century, creating substances used in later chemical and medical applications. Beyond alchemy, medieval and Renaissance scientists examined urine to understand human physiology. Physicians like Paracelsus analyzed urine through distillation and other chemical processes to identify substances they believed caused various diseases. Their work, though based on flawed theories, represented early steps toward biochemical understanding of the body. Urine analysis became increasingly sophisticated through the Renaissance and early modern period. By the 17th century, scientists had identified many compounds in urine, including urea, which would later become crucial to our understanding of how the body processes waste. The study of these urinary salts developed into an important branch of early chemistry, with researchers cataloging their properties, interactions, and potential uses. The practical applications of these discoveries extended beyond academic curiosity. The phosphorus Brand discovered became highly valued for creating early matches and pyrotechnic displays. Other compounds isolated from urine found applications in medicine, industry, and even warfare. What began as mystical alchemy gradually transformed into systematic scientific inquiry, with urine serving as one of the most readily available and chemically complex substances for experimentation. Ever wondered how many other everyday substances might hold undiscovered potential? Could waste products we thoughtlessly dispose of today become tomorrow's valuable resources? What other ancient practices might contain forgotten wisdom waiting to be rediscovered through modern scientific understanding?